हरे कृष्ण। चैतन्य चरितामृत मध्य लीला चैप्टर 3 टेक्स्ट 11111। सभी सुनने वाले महाअनुभावों को, माता भाई बहनों को, माताओं भाई बहनों को, वैष्णवा वैष्णवियों को, गोपा गोपियों को और सभी भक्त प्रियजन, भक्ति प्रियजन भक्त वृंदों को सर्ववंद्या देवी दासी माता जी का दंडवत प्रणाम स्वीकार करें। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितेन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमः आचार्यपादाय नित्याय कृपाप्रदायिने गौरकथा दामदाय नगरग्रामतारिणे। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताका स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकीम्। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। वासुदेवा परा वेदा, वासुदेवा परा मखा, वासुदेवा परा योगा, वासुदेवा परा क्रिया, वासुदेवा परम ज्ञाना, वासुदेवा परा तपा, वासुदेवा परो धर्मो, वासुदेवा परा गति। वसुदेवं सुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानंदं कृष्णं वंदे जगद्गुरु। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते, गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। कृष्णे स्वधामोपगति धर्मज्ञानादिभिः सह कलो नष्टो त्रिसामेश पुराणार्को उदिनोदिता। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद, जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौरा भक्त वृंदा। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद, जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौरा भक्त वृंदा। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद, जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौरा भक्त वृंदा। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद, जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौरा भक्त वृंदा। जय जय Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakti Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakti Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakti Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakti Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakti Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna. People came and went with great pleasure. There was no calculating how many people assembled there before the day was over. As soon as it was evening, Advaita Acharya began the congregational chanting. He even began to dance himself, and the Lord saw the performance. When Advaita Acharya began to dance, Nityananda Prabhu began dancing behind him. Haridasa Thakura, being very pleased, also began dancing behind him. Advaita Acharya said, "My dear friend, what shall I say? Today I have received the highest transcendental pleasure. After many, many days, Lord Krishna is in my house." Advaita Acharya led the Sankirtana party, and with great pleasure he sang this verse. There was a manifestation of ecstasy, pression, shivering raised hairs, tears in the eyes, and sometimes thundering and bellowing. While dancing, Advaita Acharya would sometimes turn around and catch the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Advaita Acharya would then speak to him as follows. Sri Advaita Acharya would say, "Many days you escaped me by bluffing. Now I have you in my home, and I will keep you bound up." So speaking, Advaita Acharya performed congregational chanting with great pleasure for 3 hours. that night and danced all the time. When Advaita Acharya danced in that way, Lord Chaitanya felt ecstatic love for Krishna, and because of his suppression, the waves and flames of love increased. Being agitated by the ecstasy, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu suddenly fell to the ground. Seeing this, Advaita Acharya stopped dancing. When Mukunda saw the ecstasy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he understood the feeling of the Lord and began to sing many stanzas, augmenting the force of the Lord's ecstasy. Advaita Acharya raised the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to help him dance. But the Lord, after hearing the stanzas sung by Mukunda, could not be helped due to his bodily symptoms. Tears fell from his eyes and his whole body trembled. His bodily hairs stood on end. He perspired heavily and his words fluttered. Sometimes he stood and sometimes he fell and sometimes he cried. Mukunda sang, "My dear intimate friend, what has not happened to me due to the effects of the poison of love for Krishna? My body and mind have been severely affected. My feeling is like this. My mind burns day and night, and I can get no rest. If there were some place I could go to meet Krishna, I would immediately fly there." This stanza was sung by Mukunda in a very sweet voice. But as soon as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard this stanza, his mind went to pieces. This transcendental ecstatic symptoms of disappointment, moroseness, pleasure, restlessness, pride and humility all began to fight like soldiers within the law. The entire body of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to totter due to the onslaught of various ecstatic symptoms. As a result, he immediately fell to the ground and his breathing almost stopped. Upon seeing the condition of the Lord, all the devotees became very anxious. Then suddenly the Lord got up and began to make thundering sounds. Upon standing up, the Lord said, "Go on speaking, go on speaking." Thus he began to dance overwhelmed with pleasure. No one could understand the strong waves of this ecstasy. Lord Nityananda began to walk with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to see that he would not fall, and Advaita Acharya and Haridasa Thakura followed them dancing. In this way, the Lord danced for at least 3 hours. Sometimes the uh, symptoms of ecstasy were visible, uh, including pleasure, more oceanus, and many other waves of ecstatic emotional love. The Lord had been fasting for 3 days, and after that period he took established uh, sumptuous, sumptuously. Thus, when he danced and jumped high, he became a little fatigued. Being fully absorbed in love of Godhead, he would not understand his fatigue. But Nityananda Prabhu, catching him, stopped his dancing. Although the Lord was fatigued, Nityananda Prabhu kept him steady by holding him. At that time, Advaita Acharya suspended the chanting, and by rendering various service to the Lord, made him lie down to take rest. For 10 continued days, Advaita Acharya held feasting and chanting. In the evening, he served the Lord in this way without any change. In this morning, Chandrasekhara seated Sachi Mata in a palanquin and brought her from her house with many devotees. In this way, all the people of the town of Nadia, including all women, boys, and old men, came there. Thus the crowd increased. In the morning, after regular duties were completed and the Lord was chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the people accompanied accompanied Sachimata to the house of Advaita Acharya. As soon as Mother Sachi appeared on the sign, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fell before her like a stick. Mother Sachi began to cry, taking the Lord on her lap. Upon seeing each other, they both became overwhelmed. Seeing the Lord's head within her, Mother Sachi became greatly agitated. Out of love, she began to caress the body of the Lord. Sometimes she kissed his face and tried to observe him carefully, but because her eyes were filled with tears, she could not see. Understanding that Lord Chaitanya had accepted the renounced order of life. Sachi Mata, crying, said to the Lord, "My darling Nimai, do not be cruel like Viswarupa, your elder brother." Mother Sachi continued after accepting the renounced order. "Viswarupa never again gave me audience. If you do like him, that will be certainly be the death of me." The Lord replied, "My dear mother, please hear, this body belongs to you. I do not possess anything. This body was raised by you and it comes from you. I cannot repay this debt even in millions of births. Knowingly or unknowingly, I accepted this renounced order. Still, I shall never be indifferent to you, my dear mother. Wherever you ask me to stay, I shall stay, and whatever you order, I shall execute." Saying this, the Lord offered obeisance to his mother again and again, and Mother Sachi, being pleased, took him again and again on her lap. This Advaita Acharya took Mother Sachi within the house. The Lord was immediately ready to meet all the devotees. The Lord met all the devotees, one after the other, and looking at everyone's face individually, he embraced them tightly. Although the devotees were unhappy at not seeing the Lord here, they nonetheless derived great happiness from seeing his beauty. Srivasa, Ramai, Vidyanidhi, Gadadhara, Gangadasa, Vikreswara, Murari, Suklambara, Buddhi Manta, Khan, Nandana, Sridhara, Vijaya, Vasudeva, Damodara, Mukunda, Sanjaya, and all the others. However many I can mention, indeed all the inhabitants of Navadvipa arrived there, and the Lord met them with smiles and glances of mercy. Everyone was chanting the holy name of Hari and dancing in this way. The domicile of Advaita Acharya was converted into Sri Vaikuntapuri. People came to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from various other villages nearby as well as Navadvipa. To everyone who came to see the Lord from villages nearby, especially from Navadvipa, Advaita Acharya gave residential quarters as well as all kinds of stay established for many days. Indeed, he properly adjusted everything. The supply of Advaita Acharya were inexhaustible and indestructible, indestructible as many good and commodities as he used, just as many again appeared. From the day Sachi Mata arrived at the house of Advaita Acharya, she took charge of the cooking, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu denied in the company of all the devotees. All the people who came there during the day saw Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the friendly behavior of Advaita Acharya. At night, they had the opportunity to see the Lord's dancing and hear his chanting. When the Lord performed kirtana, he manifested all kinds of transcendental symptoms. He appeared stunned and trembling. His hair stood on end, and his eyes filtered. There were tears and devastation. Frequently, the Lord would tumble to the ground. Seeing this, Mother Sachi would cry. Srimati Sachi Mata thought that the body of Nimai was being smashed when he fell down. So she cried, "Alas!" and petitioned Lord Vishnu, "My dear Lord, kindly bestow this benediction as a result of whatever service I have rendered unto you from my childhood." Whenever Nimai falls to the surface of the earth, please do not let him feel any pain. When Mother Sachi was thus overwhelmed in maternal love for Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, she became transformed with happiness, fear, and humility, as well as bodily symptoms. Since Advaita Acharya was giving alms and food to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the other devotee headed by Srivasa Thakura also desired to give him alms and invite him for lunch. Hearing these proposals made by other devotees of the Lord, Mother Sachi said to the devotees, "How many times shall I get the chance to see Nimai again?" Sri Sachi Mata submitted, "As far as you are concerned, you can meet Nimai Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu many times somewhere else, but what is the possibility of my ever meeting him again? I shall have to remain at home." A sannyasi never returned to his home. Mother Sachi appealed to all the devotees to give her this charity as long as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu remained at the house of Advaita Acharya. Only she would supply him food. Hearing this appeal from Mother Sachi, all the devotees offered obeisance and said, "We all agree to whatever Mother Sachi desires." When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw his mother's great eagerness, he became a little agitated. He therefore assembled all the devotees present and spoke to them. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu informed them, "All without your order, I tried to go to Vrindavana. There was some obstacle, however, and I had to return. My dear friend, although I have suddenly accepted this renounced order, I still know that I shall never be indifferent to you. My dear friends, as long as I remain manifest, I shall never give you up, nor shall I be able to give up my mother. After accepting sannyasa, it is not the duty of a sannyasi to remain at his birthplace in circled by relatives. Make some arrangement so that I may not leave you, and at the same time people may not blame me for remaining with relatives after taking sannyasa." After hearing Lord Chaitanya's statement, all the devotees headed by Advaita Acharya approached Mother Sachi. When they submitted Lord Chaitanya's statement, Mother Sachi, who is the mother of the universe, began to speak. Sachi Mata said, "It will be a great happiness for me. It Nimai Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stays here, but at the same time, if someone blames him, it will be my great unhappiness." Mother Sachi said, "This consideration is good. In my opinion, if Nimai remains at Jagannatha Puri, he may not leave any one of us, and at the same time can remain aloof as a sannyasi. Thus both purposes are fulfilled." Since Jagannatha Puri and Navadvipa are intimately related, as if they were two rooms in the same house, people from Navadvipa generally go to Jagannatha Puri, and those in Jagannatha Puri go to Navadvipa. This going and coming will help carry news of Lord Chaitanya. In this way, I will be able to get news of him. All you devotees will be able to come and go, and sometimes he may also come to take his bathe in the Ganges. I do not care for my personal happiness or unhappiness, but only for his happiness. Indeed, I accept his happiness and my happiness. After hearing Sachi Mata, all the devotees offered her prayers and adjured her that her order, like a Vedic injunction, could not be violated. All the devotees informed Lord Chaitanya of Sachi Mata's decision. Hearing it, the Lord became very pleased. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered respects to all the devotees present from Navadvipa and other towns, speaking to them as follows. My dear friend, you are all my intimate friend. Now I am begging a favor of you. Please give it to me. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested them all to return home and begin chanting the holy name congregationally. He also requested them to worship Krishna, chant his holy name, and discuss his holy pastimes. After thus interesting the devotee, the Lord asked their permission to go to Jagannath Puri. He adjured them that at interval he would come there and meet them again and again. In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, offering due respect to all the devotees and smiling very mildly, bade them farewell. After requesting all the devotees to return home, the Lord decided to go to Jagannatha Puri, and that time Haridasa Thakura began to cry and speak some pathetic words. Haridasa Thakura said, "You are going to Jagannatha Puri, and that is all right. But what will be my destination? I am not able to go to Jagannatha Puri because I am the lowest among men. I shall not be able to see you. How shall I maintain my sinful life?" The Lord replied to Haridasa Thakura, "Please check your humility. Just the sight of your humility very much agitates my mind." Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu adjured Haridasa Thakura that he would place a petition before Lord Jagannatha, and that he would certainly take him there to Jagannatha Puri. After that, Advaita Acharya respectfully requested Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to show him mercy by remaining author 2 or 4 days. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never violated the request of Advaita Acharya. Therefore, he remained at his home and did not leave immediately for Jagannatha Puri. Lord Chaitanya's decision was received very happily by Advaita Acharya, Mother Sachi, and all the devotees. Advaita Acharya celebrated every day with a great festival. And during the day, the devotees discussed subject matters concerning Krishna, and at night there was a great festival of congregational chanting at the house of Advaita Acharya. Mother Sachi cooked with great pleasure, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, along with the devotee, accepted the prasadam with great pleasure. In this way, all the opulences of Advaita Acharya, his faith, devotion home, riches, and everything else were successfully utilized in the worship of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. As Mother Sachi constantly saw the face of her son and fed him, her own happiness increased and was indeed complete. In this way, at Advaita Acharya house, all the devotees met and passed some days together in a greatly festive mood. The next day, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested all the devotees to return to their respective homes. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also asked them to execute the congregational chanting of the holy name of the Lord at their homes, and he assured them that they would be able to meet him again. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told them, sometimes you will come to Jagannatha Puri, and sometime I shall come bathe in the Ganges. Sri Advaita Acharya sent 4 persons, Nityananda Gosai, Jagannatha Pandita, Damodara Pandita, and Mukunda Datta, to accompany the Lord after pacifying his mother Sachimata. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu submitted prayers to her lotus feet. When everything was arranged, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu circumambulated his mother and then started for Jagannatha Puri in the house of Advaita Acharya. There arose tumultuous crying. Sri Sat Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was unaffected. He left swiftly, and Advaita Acharya followed him weeping. After he had followed Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for some distance, Advaita Acharya was petitioned by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. With folded hands, the Lord spoke the following sweet word. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, please pacify all the devotees and my mother. If you become agitated, no one will be able to continue to exist. Saying this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced Advaita Acharya and stopped him from following any further. Then, without anxiety, he proceeded to Jagannatha Puri. The Lord with the other 4 persons went along the bank of the Ganges through the path of Chhatra Bhoga toward Niladri Jagannatha Puri. In this book known as Chaitanya Mangala, Chaitanya Bhagavata, Vrindavana Dasa Thakura has elaboratedly distri- distributed, described the Lord's passing to Jagannatha Puri. If one heard the activity of the Lord at the house of Advaita Acharya, he will certainly very soon attain the reach of love of Krishna, praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunatha, always desiring their mercy. I, Krishnadasa, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita following in their footsteps. With this, I concluded my talk. Hare Krishna.